I was given this air compressor because it leaks, and they said they don't know how to fix it, so I'm going to try and fix it. So I've just put it on, and I'm holding a little spot just over here. So when I release it, you'll hear all the air coming out. Just there. So I'm going to try and fix it. It looks like the cap is broken off, so that's one thing that's a problem. Just be careful when you open this, because I'm sure there's a spring inside there. So it seems to all be stuck together. And as you can see, it's really, really dirty in there. So I'm going to clean that out as well. I'm just taking the pressure gauge adjuster out to see if I can get the piston out. So that's quite firmly stuck in there. I've just sprayed it with some WD-40, and as you can see there's a hole that goes through the back, so I'm just going to be taking a screwdriver and seeing if I can smack that out like that. So it's very, very tight, so I'm going to take a hammer and do a gentle tap to get it out. I've just placed it back into the housing because I've got nowhere else to hold it. So I'll just give it a small little tap. And there we go. There's also got this little piece of metal that they've just punched out. There's a little hole in it so it can depress the little piston. So now I'm just going to clean those all up. And take the little screw out there, which should be holding the piston spring in. Put a socket set on, and we're going to try and undo that little bolt. So with this little one, it's got a spring on it as well, so just be careful when you're taking that one out. As you can see, it's really, really dirty. So I'm going to clean that with WD-40 and with cotton tips. I've just taken the spring off, and as you can see, it's really grimy. So you need to clean everything nice and clean so that there's none of this dirt around any of the connections. So this is what came off. So that's the big bolt, and then there's this spring and the little piston, and in it has got this wee little piece that goes inside there. I've taken the little piece of plastic like that out the top of my screw so I can give it a nice clean inside there as well. While you're cleaning this little piece, which is our piston head, just make sure that the O-ring is in good condition. If it is a bit frayed or warped, just replace this one, but this one seems to be still good and intact, so I'm going to keep that one. I don't think you can actually see this, but when you have a look at the pipe that runs from there, it comes onto the inside, so you need to just try and clean that little hole out as well. So just get a Q-tip, just wiggle it around inside there so you can clear that little hole a bit as well. So I've cleaned it the best that I can. So now we can start assembling it. So I've got everything clean, and now we can just start assembling it. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to take the inner bolt, which is that one, and the little spring, and we're going to place the little stop back into the top. So this one's a bit of a cone-shaped spring, so you have to put it into the smaller side so that it holds. And then we put that one inside the screw here. And then we're going to screw this one back in place. Because of the spring inside here, you're going to have to try and hand put it in just so that it can catch the teeth, the grip on the screws, and then you can use the ratchet to tighten it. Otherwise, the ratchet is too deep. Unfortunately, my ratchet is not working, so I have to take it out. So we've got that little screw in, and now we can assemble the rest. It's easier to put this together because you've got to balance all of that and then put the cap on. So I'm just going to be putting it all inside the housing and then putting it in that way. And then we're putting the cap back on, but as I said, this cap is broken, so this is the pressure pin. So we're just going to put that in, and I'm putting the cap on as well. With some luck, that's fixed my problem. I've just filled the air compressor with air, and there's no leak. Pretty happy with that. My pressure gauges are sitting perfect, so that was a really nice, easy fix. A good thing to also check when you're working on your compressor is to make sure that your emergency release valve is able to move in and out freely. So mine is full of air, so we just check that it's moving. So I don't know whether you could hear that. So it moves quite freely here, because once you've done a repair, you want to make sure that there's no pressure that's going to build up, and it can be released if pressure has built up. So this really does need to move in and out quite nicely. If you found this video helpful or you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching.